Alright, hi. Well, by the time this video comes out, it'll be a little too late for Thanksgiving. I apologize for that. Just to quickly interrupt, I'm about to be brutally honest with you. So, whenever I upload my videos, they're immediately demonetized, and it has to take like 2 or 3 days for a review to come in, for YouTube to like check my video and see if it's able to be monetized. So it usually takes about 2 or 3 days to be monetized. So I have a choice. Upload this video 2 or 3 days after Thanksgiving and get paid for every view, or upload this video tonight, about 2 or 3 hours from now after it's edited, and not get paid for a couple thousand views. I decided to upload it tonight and just not get paid for the couple thousand views because it's better that you guys get the help and the comfort that you need than for me to make a couple bucks off of the video. Because I'm here for you guys. I'm not here for the money. Obviously, I'm struggling with money. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to sit here and, make this decision. But I decided to put you guys first rather than, make a couple extra dollars off of it. But yeah, just thought I would say that. You guys deserve honesty, so yeah, it's gonna be uploaded tonight. This video is for people who struggle with an eating disorder, just how to cope during the holidays. Some people struggle with bulimia, some people struggle with binge eating disorder, and some people struggle with like anorexia or EDNOS. I was initially diagnosed with anorexia, but then I was binging my face off, and then I started purging for a little bit, and then I started restricting and fasting, and then I went back to binging, and now I'm back to restricting and fasting. So it's kind of all over the place. I have EDNOS, so it's during the holidays, it's kind of a hard time for me, especially right now since I'm kind of in the middle of restrictive and fasting behaviors. So being around family and food and everything is pretty hard for me during this time of year. If any of my family members are watching this video, I apologize, but I was going to bail tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. A lot of people asked me if I wanted to come, and I said yes, because I don't want my eating disorder and just my mind and my eating habits to get in the way of my family. So I had a choice. I could have not gone, but I'm gonna go because I'm moving soon, so I want to spend time with them as much as I can before I leave. Anyway, so I asked you guys on Instagram how you guys cope during the holidays, and I figure, kind of putting everyone's answers into one video might help other people who are watching this video. Just if you're struggling with the holidays or like with Christmas coming up, hopefully this video can help you guys. I guess I'm gonna start with my advice because it's the best advice that I've run into after all the videos that I've seen, after talking to a lot of people who struggle with eating disorders. During the holidays is a very hard time for people who struggle with eating disorders. And we kind of get carried away with our minds just driving us crazy, and we can't exactly just sit down and spend time with our family and enjoy the time because our mind is just going insane over how many calories are in whatever it is that we're eating, or how much are we eating, struggling if you want to throw up the food or whatever. Just you're stuck in your mind and it feels like shit. But the best advice that I've run into is just try your fucking best to, when you wake up, just tell yourself that you are doing this for your family. You want to spend time with these people. Even if you may or may not have the best relationship with them, you want to spend time with these people because eventually, we're all gonna die. That's just the facts, and you kind of want to see these people before they're gone, or before you're gone. The holidays is a time to be thankful for your family and your loved ones, and to enjoy the time that you have with them, and to spend time with them. And it's really hard to do that when you're trapped in your mind. Try your best to not be so stuck in your head. And when you get there and you see all the food, just try your best to pick food that you're comfortable with, and try not to push yourself too much. And if you do end up binging, I do it every year. It happens, There's my favorite fucking pie just chilling there. Nobody's touching it, and they made it specifically for me, so I eat the whole fucking pie and then I feel like shit. It happens. But just try not to let it get to you. Try not to let it get to your head. And I know how fucking hard that is. Like, I'm not saying, just eat and shut the fuck up. I'm just saying it's, just try your best. It's okay if you can't do it, and it's okay if you break down and you have anxiety or whatever it may be. Just know that people who have eating disorders, their eating disorder is out to kill them. It's out to get you, and it's out to make you feel like shit. So you're gonna feel like shit, but try your best to not feel like shit in the moment and try to feel like shit later, if that makes sense. It's obviously ideal if you don't feel like shit at all, but if you do struggle with an eating disorder, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember last year, in the moment, I felt like absolute shit about eating. And I had just recovered from a car accident, so I kind of had to eat and nourish my body so that it could heal. But I hated myself so fucking much, but I just binged anyway, and I tried to just enjoy it. I didn't just eat, I binged. And I kind of told myself, I don't get breaks from my eating disorder. I've been relapsing since November of 2016. So I don't ever get a break from the constant torment. But I keep telling myself, if there is a possible break from it, it should be the holidays. I can just sit there and tell it to shut the fuck up as much as I can. It's not going to shut the fuck up. But if I can try to shut it out for the time and just focus on what makes me happy, doing activities that makes me happy, playing with my niece and nephew, talking to my mom, catching up, and just kind of spending time with the family is just a very helpful thing during that time. When you're busy and you're distracted, your mind kind of goes a little quiet, It's a little harder for your mind to sit there and attack you when you're doing something else. So if you just try to pick foods that you're comfortable with and just try to focus on your family and focus on the things that make you happy and make your family happy, that's usually what works for me. Just remember that the holidays are the time to enjoy your loved ones, so just try your best to do it, and just remember that it's okay if you mess up, and it's okay if you feel like shit. So I'm going to read some of the responses to the question that I asked: how do you guys with eating disorders handle the holidays? This person said, I eat more of smaller portions and variety and remind myself I need nutrients from the food, even if it's difficult to eat. Just breathe. That's another thing that I do. I kind of get like a plate full of small portions of like vegetables and potatoes, since potatoes very filling, just like, foods that I'm comfortable with. I'm also vegetarian, so they don't question me if I don't like eat the turkey or anything that's made with the meat. So I honestly can't wait until I'm recovered and I can just, enjoy the holidays without having to worry about food, because I'm sitting here like hating myself and beating myself up over the food and having a hard time enjoying the time with my family because I'm just focused on what's in front of me. And it's so sad, Since my whole family is here, I try to just keep up a conversation while eating so I can focus on them rather than the food. I like your thinking. Well, I have binge eating disorder, so I just eat way too much and then want to kill myself later. Same. I don't even know how to get through it. I guess I just eat small amounts so my family doesn't question me. I was in this horrible space where I would fast for weeks and then purge all holiday. It's awful. It's okay if you do that, but just really, really try your best not to. I just want to make this video hoping that it will help other people out there who are dealing with this kind of thing, because I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone or like, it's wrong to like purge after eating with the family, because like a lot of people feel guilty over that. Like that's the food that their family made for them and they're throwing it up, and like just it's okay. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to deal with this, Not everybody knows what this is like. None of your family's really going to understand why you do what you do. But just know that it's okay and you're not alone. There are people out there who do the same thing. Try to distract yourself as much as possible. Hide in your room the whole holiday season, because same. Oh, don't do that. Again, it's okay, and I can't stop anyone from doing that stuff, but just try your best to enjoy it, Also, kind of just like plan your meal ahead of time. Like if you know what your family's gonna make, like I know what my family's gonna make. They kind of make the same thing every year. So I just kind of try to plan what I'm gonna eat. That way I'm not like on the spot at the time and freaking out when I'm not sure what to pick up. If you start to get anxiety or freak out over the food that you're eating, um, maybe take some time off, like step away from the table, take a breather. Try not to let it get to you in the moment, and then I guess kind of face it when you're alone. Oh, God, this is such a sensitive topic. I don't really know if that's good advice or not, but that's what I do and it works for me, so definitely don't hide in your room the whole holiday season. That's sad. I'm sorry for the person who said that. I used to do that too, though, so it's okay. Have your therapist number on hand at all times so that you can reach out if you're not doing okay. That, or if you don't have a therapist, have like a really close friend that you trust, you know? Also, there is my Discord server. I'm sure my server will be very hectic during these times because a lot of people will be suffering and struggling, and a lot of people have friends on there. So, if you need somewhere to go, you don't have any friends, you don't have a therapist, you don't have anyone, my Discord server is always there for you. My little family is always there, so just, check it out. Link below, whatever. I just want to help people. Do not fast the days leading up to them. You will binge. Don't do it. I completely agree with this person. And to be completely honest, I was fasting for the past 5 days. And, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. So I was like, well, I'm just going to fast up until Thanksgiving. Well, then I started thinking I might end up binging on Thanksgiving. But I was like, no, I'll be smart. I'll just eat the vegetables. But there is going to be pie, there's going to be sweets and stuff like that, and it will be tempting, especially if I haven't eaten in like a week. So I'm going to end up binging if I do that. So I broke my fast yesterday, and I've been restricting up until Thanksgiving. That way, on Thanksgiving, my body will have already been used to eating a little normally, and I won't be as tempted to binge, Try to be smart about it. Also, if you fast leading up to Thanksgiving, you will stun your body and kind of scare it, I guess, because if you go a certain amount of time or like longer than 3 days without food and you just like eat a shit ton, especially if it's like bread and sugary and like fatty food, your body and your digestive system, your body and your digestive system will suffer. Digestive system. I asked to get scheduled at work and get out of going to family stuff. I mean, I don't recommend getting out of family stuff because if you avoid seeing your family just because of your eating problems, you're gonna end up regretting that, and it's gonna feel like shit. But that's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you the tools. Whatever you decide to do with them is up to you. This person said, "This is super weird and may not be helpful, but the holidays actually make me feel better. Cooking for other people and being in contact with food only to make it tasty and pretty for my family rather than for me sometimes calms me down. Plus, when I sit down to eat, I get to tell everyone that I've been snacking while cooking all night and not eat much without anyone questioning it. Basically, I'm saying working in the kitchen helps me cope." I actually really agree with that answer. I'm a cook as my job. And when I'm fasting and, I'm too scared to eat or whatever, touching the food and working with the food and making it look nice and having it be tasty for my customers usually helps me cope. So if you're one of those people, maybe offer to help out in the kitchen and see if it helps you. Just do your best to think about what the day is all about. Be thankful if you have family and get to spend time with them. Be thankful that you're able to have food on the table because a lot of people don't know where their next meal is coming from. They surely don't have a big meal with friends or family or people that really matter. Just focus on the people that you're with. They may not always be there, but my problems will still be there at the end of the day. True. And I can worry about them after and forever after that if I want to, but my friends and family don't get together very often, and I want to soak every minute of them up. People grow old, grow apart, and start their own lives and traditions. Try to shut down the asshole in your brain for just a few hours. Because I can almost guarantee that none of the people you'll be spending holidays with are thinking negative things about you. Love yourself and try to love yourself like they love you for just a few hours. That's actually the best answer that I've gotten. I mean, she put everything into words that I couldn't, so thank you for your answer, Taryn. So what I do is a bit unconventional, because part of family association is accepting everyone. My family at first had difficulty accepting that I was vegan, so I was open about not wanting to eat the same foods and the same amount of food as everyone else. For about 4 years, I would just have 2 packets of Quaker oatmeal for Thanksgiving, and that was it. So people shouldn't feel force-fed when the occasion is supposed to be about love and acceptance. They should be themselves, only take what they want. Not having control of the situation kind of causes people to lose control of how much they eat. I would also sort of do things early on in my disorderly years to remove myself, like leave early to shop for Black Friday doorbuster deals, which works, but this could be offensive to leave early. This year is going to be a bit different. I have a younger cousin that shows signs of bulimia. So what I'm going to do is throw the discussion of our table in our favor so that she doesn't feel like she has to eat a lot, and so she can feel more related to. And I'm just going to have oatmeal again because who cares if it's not normal? We're still present and engaging in everything else to the best of our ability. It's just more important to not lose ourselves by giving up control of our portion size, by feeling pressured to eat the things that we don't want to. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that answer. For family stuff that I can't really get out of during meals, sit next to people who won't be watching me like a hawk. It helps the anxiety. I suck on candy canes when dessert is passed out. Don't be afraid to take time to yourself during the holidays if your family is too toxic. I make a small plate, so I'm still participating, but I don't want to overwhelm myself. I always bring a plate of my own food and say that I have food because of dietary needs or something like that. I binge a lot, same. I usually try to keep my thoughts on childhood memories when I used to enjoy eating. Take breaks away from your family if being around them stresses you out so that you don't binge, purge, or restrict. If you have someone there who you trust, then tell them that this is very stressful for you so that they can help. For me, I just kind of have to shut my mind off, focus on the people around me, and just smile. Also, just try to remind yourself that it's just one day. I know it's really hard, but it's not going to ruin you. I mean, it may feel like it will ruin you, but it's not going to. Try to make conversation while you're eating to take your mind off the food. If I don't finish my plate, my family gets really upset, so I try to not fill up my plate and then only eat half. I try to just get small portions and only eat those small portions because they always say you can take more but you can't take less, so it's kind of normal for me to take a lot less food and kind of just eat what's there. And they won't question me if I don't get seconds, So I'm just gonna get half a plate of vegetables, food that I'm comfortable with, and kind of go from there. And then probably eat some pie, because pie. Remind yourself that it's impossible to gain fat overnight, only food and water weight. And keep reminding yourself that throughout the night. Also, eat your food as slowly as possible. Tell yourself ahead of time that whatever food choices you make, you are loved, food is nourishment for the body, and it is impossible to gain fat overnight. Alright, so that is all I have. I hope this video helped you, and I really hope that this time doesn't stress you guys out too much. Delta's calling me. Hello? What was I saying? I got a phone call, I don't know. Alright, yeah, so that's it. Just hang in there and know that you're not alone, and if you need someone to talk to, there is always my Discord server. You can follow me on Instagram, send me a message, or whatever you feel like doing. Just hang in there, guys. I love you so much, and I hope that you enjoy these holidays and try not to stress yourself out too much. And please be safe. Bye.